Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, I want to go ahead and share with you guys a starter position that I went ahead and took on NVIDIA. This is an NVIDIA put option. I opened it today, and I am looking for a larger move to the downside. Now, of course, it pains me slightly to be talking about NVIDIA to the downside because this is a stock that I think does great in the long term, a stock that I continuously add to my long-term portfolio. But as of right now, I cannot ignore the technicals and I cannot ignore the potential downside that I am seeing on this stock. And I want to go ahead and take this potential opportunity. Now, with every other play, with every other trade on the stock market, everything can happen, anything can happen. And this could definitely hold up where it is holding right now. We are sitting at a key support level at 260. And I do see downside down to around the 230 price target. I'll show you guys in today's video the technical analysis behind this trade, why I did open it today, why I am keeping it small right now, because the confirmation is not quite there, but I am taking a starter to get a little bit of skin in the game with the goal to add into this, with the goal to see more downside. So let's go ahead and review that trade today, guys. I'll share with you guys where I got in, the technicals of what I am looking at, why I think there could be more downside, and of course, I'll show you guys my exit strategy, what I plan to do if it works, and what I plan to do if it does not work. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Press that like button if you guys enjoy this video. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 40,000 subs. If you guys could help me get to that goal, that would be fantastic. And of course, if you guys want to come hang out in the pre-market live streams, make sure to press that bell down below so that you guys are alerted every single time that I go live. All right, guys, so before we jump into the analysis post-market here, it's about 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see what actually happened today. I want to go ahead and share with you guys a clip from the pre-market live stream this morning where we talked about this exact NVIDIA analysis, talked about why I think this could move lower. We're going to reiterate that analysis, share with you guys what happened today, but I want to give you an insight of what goes on in the live stream, what I shared this morning to maybe entice you to come to the live streams or give you an idea of what my analysis was in the pre-market. So let's go ahead and roll that real quick. It's about a minute long, so bear with me. If you do not want to watch that, you can skip to the next part. I'll go ahead and put a chapter down in the timeline below on the video. You know, there are some tech stocks that are holding up, which maybe it's warranted. But there is some names that I think could see a little bit more weakness, and NVIDIA is definitely one that has been very weak. Price action has been really trash. So I'm definitely interested to see, does NVIDIA want to creep back down to these August-September levels? I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, and I think this hold here is really important at 260, guys. This 260 level here, if we do not hold this 260 here, I think you are going to move pretty quickly. Why do I say that? Because there is really no support from 260 to 230. This was a straight up move. If I was to pull up the volume profile, you would see that there is very little volume in this area. Look at the gap in volume between 260 and 230. Look at this gap in volume. Look at how small the volume is in this area. Now, what does this mean, right? This means there is just not much structure. There's just not much price action in this area because there was just a straight up move. This move was vertical, very vertical. So if we start to test these levels, it's going to be a quick fall. There's not going to be much supporting it, and people are going to start dipping out of this thing, and I think you come down to 230. All right, guys, so now that you saw that pre-market analysis, let's go ahead and take a look at this after the fact, and I'll actually share with you the trade that I did go ahead and take today. So here on your screen, guys, this is the daily chart on NVIDIA. Now, the big thing that I am watching is the potential move down to this 230 level. Now, one of the main reasons why I think NVIDIA can move back to this 230 level is because if I go to the NASDAQ, we can see that, first of all, it has been bearish. Now, I understand that it's bearish, and I understand that there could be more downside. But more than anything, what I am looking at is the timing of this move. And what I can see is that right now, the NASDAQ is sitting at right around the August and early September levels here on the NASDAQ, right around this 15,150, which is where we were around August and into September. Now, if I go back to the NVIDIA chart, what you guys see is that back in August and September, where that previous high was, we were trading at $230 a share on NVIDIA. And what you'll see is that NVIDIA has been holding up. It had a very large move due to that stock split news. And I believe that there could be some more slippage on this stock to catch up for the downside that we have seen on the NASDAQ. Now, of course, guys, this is a theory. I am not saying that I am 100% right, but this is a theory that I am sharing with you and an analysis that I am sharing with you. So please take this with a grain of salt. I am not some type of wizard. I do not know what is going to happen, but I am going to share with you the analysis that I am doing. You can like it, you can hate it. I'm just here to share with you guys what I'm thinking. So I am thinking that NVIDIA will move back down to this 230. This 230 level looks to be an area that I believe we will end up finding support at. Now, the biggest thing and one of the most important things, as you guys saw in that beginning video, is the volume profile. And the volume profile is showing a very similar thing. If I go to the daily chart and we look at the volume profile here on NVIDIA, what you guys are going to see is that there is a large gap in volume between the 260 area and the 230 level. And what that means there is that there is just not much structure in this market, and there should not be much support buying and not much dip buyers in that level, because this level was a very strong straight up move and the structure is pretty much gone. So in my opinion, I believe that there should be a pretty quick move to the downside to fill this void in volume and to start to hold up around this 230 level. Now, that is my long-term analysis. That is what I am looking for in the medium term. I don't know if this is going to happen this week, next week, the week after, but I am definitely thinking that eventually in the short to medium term, we will see that move to 230. Of course, we will need more NASDAQ weakness. We will need to see the NASDAQ continue to slip. If the NASDAQ by some chance bounces higher off of some unknown event, then NVIDIA will not move down to 230. The NASDAQ could easily hold up this move, and those are things that you have to plan for when you get into a trade. You need to put risk on according to the possibility of a move higher on the overall market. That is why you do not go full portfolio into a play like this because you think you are so right. You have to understand that there are other factors that could affect this trade that could potentially make me wrong in this situation. Now, in the shorter term, if we go to, say, the 15-minute chart, what did I look for today to give me confirmation of getting into this position? Well, the first thing that I was eyeing was this 256 level. Let me go to the hourly. You'll see it a little bit better. So here is the hourly chart here on NVIDIA, guys. And what I am ultimately looking for is a break of this 256.44. At that break, I would be more confident to put a little bit more size into this trade, because at that potential level, that is the break of previous lows. And under that, guys, I just don't see there being much support until this 230 price target. So ultimately, I am looking for that 256.44 to go ahead and break. Ideally, we see a little bit of a break and resistance, previous support turning into resistance, and you take it off that. Now, today, I did go ahead and get into this because I was targeting a key 260 level, a psychological level that we had a ton of buyers show up today. I'll go ahead and pop in a screenshot of the level 2 at 260. And what you guys are going to see on that level 2 is you're going to see the bid with a ton of buying support at 260, which we did end up wiping out today. So when I saw that, I was confident that we were starting to unravel here on this move. Now, if we jump into the 5-minute chart and just look at the last 2 days, here is where I started to get interested in taking my entry. So today we did pull back, but we ended up holding early morning around this 261 to 260 level right here. We had previous lows back on Friday, and we had pre-market support here today. So when I saw that bounce today, I was saying, hey, let me look for a drop below this 261, 260 area. Let me look for a rejection at it, and let me go ahead and take a play if I see that end up rejecting. So what you guys are going to see today, if I zoom into today's price action, we ended up holding that level for majority of the day. We moved lower, we bounced off of it, we moved lower again, bounced off of it, little double bottom at that level. But right here around 12:50, 1 p.m. Eastern, we got that breakdown. And what happened when we got that breakdown? If I zoom in and get you a little bit more zoomed in here to see what happened, let's see what happened, right? So you can see after that broke down around 1 o'clock today, what did we do with that previous 261 level? We turned it into resistance. Now, when I saw that resistance come in, when we turned previous support into resistance today, I felt like this was actually going to end up working out. I felt a little bit more confident to take a starter here, to end up taking a position into tomorrow and looking for that downside back towards this previous low of 256 and then eventually down to 230. So today, my goal coming into today was look for keys of this starting to make lower lows, look for key levels to see if this thing starts turning support into resistance. And that is what we ended up getting today. And that is why I felt confident in taking my position. So if we look at the position I took, now let me make sure this is clear. This is not my, my best position. This is not the position that I want to go ahead and ride out for this larger move to the downside, but this is something that I wanted to go ahead and take a little bit of a move, put a little bit of skin in the game and see if I can catch maybe an acceleration to the downside this week, focusing on this week. Now, if the move does last longer, I will definitely look to take a longer dated contract. So today around 1240, guys, when we saw that breakdown, right around 1240, right here when I was talking about that eventual breakdown of 261, I went ahead and I took an NVIDIA put option, risking a total of $230, an NVIDIA 250 put Friday expiration. Now, of course, I do not recommend taking put options or swinging put options with this short of expiration, but my goal here is to risk a very small amount of money for a potential large percentage point gain. So as of right now, I have some confirmation of that 261 rejection, as you guys saw here on the chart, but I do not have that full confirmation that this thing is just going to go ahead and start tanking to the downside. I don't have that quite yet, and I cannot get myself to put on that type of risk if I do not have that confirmation yet. So I did put on that 121 250 put. I wrote out everything that I was thinking, which we're already talking about in this video. And you can see I'm sharing the chart, the hourly, the 15-minute, and the daily. So I do provide that analysis of why I got into it. And then around 3:30 today, I did add one more right around here when we started to break down even more. But coming into the close, I was a little uncomfortable with the risk, and I went ahead and I took my profit, took a 20% profit on that one contract, but I am still holding the original one that I bought back here at 1242. So the reason why I was a little bit uncomfortable, and I'll talk to you guys about some things that could work against this trade. So I don't want to just tell you why I think this could work. I want to tell you why I think it could not work. Maybe it does not work. The one reason why I was a little bit uncomfortable swinging two contracts and exposing my portfolio to that risk, which was right about $600, is because of the NASDAQ 15,150 level. So this goes back to understanding that the overall market could bounce, and that could affect my potential put position. So if we go over to the 4-hour chart on the NASDAQ, the index that will most definitely affect where NVIDIA goes, I am seeing that it is pushing back into that 15,150 level. And me knowing and watching the NASDAQ, I need to make sure I understand that this could potentially be a support level once again on the NASDAQ. We bounced off that level the previous week. This was previous September and August levels. And there is definitely potential for us to find support once again off this level and push back to the upside. Now, if the NASDAQ finds support here at 15,150, then NVIDIA will most definitely move higher, and I will be stuck in that potential losing trade. So me seeing that today, when I go to the 1-minute chart, I was watching the NASDAQ into close, and I was starting to see us creep down towards that 15,150. When I saw that, I said, hold on. Let me reassess this trade. Do I want to have this much risk in this position with the NASDAQ coming down into a strong demand zone? Maybe I need to be careful here because there is a potential for the NASDAQ to bounce off this 15,150, and that will most definitely affect my put option. So that is the number one risk in mind right now for this play. For this NVIDIA put option, the number one risk is the NASDAQ bouncing off this 15,150 and causing NVIDIA to go ahead and push back higher, maybe back above 260, 261. So that's the one thing that you need to watch out for if you are in this play or if you are looking to get into this play. That is what you do not want to see. Today, on the daily chart, NVIDIA did break below the 100 SMA. It did close below the 100 SMA. And the only key that is left and the only thing that I am waiting for to add a larger position on this play is that break of 256.44. So that is my play on NVIDIA, guys. I hope you understand the analysis I'm looking for. I'm looking for that breakdown of 256.44. I got in today after we rejected an important 261, 260 area. I saw previous support turn into resistance. That was my confirmation. but I am keeping it small because I do not have that full confirmation. And in the long run, guys, if you trade like this, if you stay meticulous, if you stay structured, I guarantee you will not blow up your account, right? This trade could be a very nice percentage point gain. It could also be a loss. But the good side here is if I do take the loss, it is nothing that is going to affect my account. It is about, it's about 0.8% of my portfolio. So, if it works out, I get a nice 100% gain potentially, or 50% double-digit gain. If it doesn't work out, I take my loss, I move on, and I accept that this trade just did not work out in the short term. So that is what I'm looking at, guys. That is the NVIDIA play that I am watching into tomorrow. You can come tomorrow and you can comment on this video and laugh at me if it doesn't work out, because that's what people tend to like to do. But I am just here to share analysis, share with you guys what I'm looking at, share with you a potential play that could be a very nice gainer if the NASDAQ continues to slip. And if we get this move down into 230, which a lot of things are signaling to get back to that level, right? That volume profile is definitely something that I am keeping a close eye out for. And I think that is something that is making me much more interested in this potential move back down to around this 230 level. So that's my play. Hopefully you understand the analysis. Hopefully it makes some sense. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay tuned for more videos. Make sure to press that bell down below, guys. Get into the pre-market live streams. Get an idea of what we're looking at in the pre-market. I have so many people DM me on Instagram letting me know that they watched the live stream and they took a play off of it and they were able to profit. So if you want to come hang out, it's completely free. It has zero cost. All you have to do is stay motivated, wake up in the morning, come hang out, get an idea of what we're watching, get some free analysis, and then go ahead and use it for the remainder of the day. So thank you guys again for watching. We're almost to that goal of 40,000 subscribers. That would be an awesome goal to hit. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.